Week, Local 33 will highlight a veteran or current service member right here in our community.
Our own Tim Sproles joins us live in studio now to tell us all about this week's hometown hero. Tim, good morning.
Good morning, Chad and Deidre. Today we honor Frank Lewis, a Navy veteran who served during the Korean War on board the USS Monrovia, conducting transportation missions, moving troops and equipment to wherever they needed to go. His name is Frank Lewis, and he is your hometown hero. If you have the pleasure of meeting Frank Lewis in person, the first thing you might notice is that no one actually calls him Frank.
But I have a nickname, Beef, like piece of roast beef, you know.
It's a nickname that has stuck with him since he played football in high school.
And he just said, my God, that's a big beef, you know. And because I was about 6'2" and I weighed about 240, you know, and so that name just stuck.
Beef enlisted in the Navy Reserve shortly after he graduated, but he would soon be called into active duty in reaction to growing hostilities in Korea.
And so I happened to be assigned to the USS Monrovia, which is a troop transport, or an APA as it's referred to.
General George Patton once said that wars may be fought with weapons, but they're won by men. Beef and the crew of the Monrovia worked both sides of that statement to transport the men and their weapons to where they needed to go. Although he served during the Korean War, Beef never actually made it to Korea. As part of the Atlantic Fleet's amphibious forces, the Monrovia moved troops for training events and staging.
I wish I had a bunch of war stories I could tell you, but unfortunately, it was during the Korean War, but we were taking care of the other half of the world, I guess, rather than going to Korea and all.
Beef served 2 years in the Navy before getting out, but he thinks about his time as a sailor every day. Nowadays, you may see Beef walking the decks of another Navy ship right here in Baton Rouge.
Well, I'm a volunteer down on the Kid downtown, and we work every Thursday down there. There's about anywhere from 4 to about 8 of us that were in the Navy that go down there, and we do work on the ships.
Beef encourages people to come out and listen to the stories with the rest of the fellas. Beef does heed one warning, though.
Of course, like any bunch of sailors, ex-sailors get together, they always got sea stories to tell, you know, so, and a lot of lies with those too, you know.
His name is Frank Lewis, but you can call him Beef, and he is your hometown hero.
That
Good
is
stuff,
so
Tim.
Sweet, Tim.
What a personality, huh?
Great guy. And yeah, don't forget, you guys can come and talk to him in person Thursdays. Him and his buddies.
Right.
They volunteer at the USS Kids, so you can go hear all his stories in person.
And I bet they have a lot more to tell us.
They're
Yeah.
they're great.
You always find great guys, though.
I luck out.
Yeah, you
but
do.
but we need all the help we can get to get these hometown heroes and get their stories out there. So if there is a local service member or a veteran that you would like to see as your hometown hero, be sure to send me an email at tsproles@brproud.com. Tell us their story and we'll tell it to the community. For those who have served and those who are currently serving, thank you for your service and go forth and do great things.